welcome to another productivity vlog. This is honestly so essential at this point. I just feel completely off kilter right now. I have so many things going on and I don't even know where to begin with updating you. I've kind of taken an unintentional absence for the last few weeks, and that is because I have been having some ongoing storage issues, and so it's just made it impossible to post over the last few weeks. It was definitely not intentional, and I'm still trying to figure that out and navigate through my old videos. I have a few things to finish up for a couple of them, but I have a couple like waiting and ready to go. So I had to get very creative to try to get this up for you. And then hopefully the other videos will slowly start funneling out over the next couple months. But for now, we're just gonna push forward and deal with just like kind of laying those to rest for a second. And then the other piece of news is that I'm actually moving. And so there's so much up in the air, so I won't go into any details, but I'll share with you definitely as I know more and as things start to evolve and change. All I know right now is that I'm moving. I'm gonna have to start packing. I've only packed a couple boxes so far, so I'm definitely going to need this productivity vlog to stay on track, start moving. And so this is also going to be kind of like a moving vlog / productivity vlog to kind of like reset, get back on track. I think I'm only going to do this for a couple days and then probably just start another one because it's been so long since I posted and I really want to get something up. I even filmed a 12-hour readathon to get up to you because I was not able to post, and then that had issues, so I was just like, we need to find a workaround, restart, and get back on track with posting because I have been consistently filming and it just feels so defeating to like have worked so hard on certain projects and then not have been able to get those up right away. I'm hoping I don't have to tank them and I can figure something out to get them up because like I just have so much that I worked so hard on. So we'll just see what happens. But for now, we're just persevering, we're pushing forward, and we're definitely going to be focusing on getting some things done. Like I said, first thing on the agenda is definitely packing. We definitely have to do that. I want to write a to-do list of things to do over the next couple days. I definitely want to try to read as much as possible. I have been binging audiobooks right now, and that's also why I want to get back on track because I feel like I'm reading so much and then not able to talk to you guys about it, and that's just made me so sad. So I definitely want to just start binging audiobooks while I'm doing all of the crazy things that I have to do, like getting boxes, packing. It's absolutely bittersweet to leave a place that we love so much, but I am so excited to see where this next chapter is going to take us. And I'm kind of just along for the ride and trying to go with the flow and stay on track through the chaos, which is a really hard thing to do. So that's definitely a goal throughout the next couple days, is to try to find a routine through the madness in a way, or find like a way to kind of work around all the crazy things that are happening that we need to do to move. And then obviously like packing my books is so daunting because I'm like, I don't know which ones I'm gonna need when, and so I'm trying to plan those things out and organize my books, and also try to binge as many books before we move so I can just pack them away and not worry about them. And also I just like love reading and want to binge books while I'm packing. So those are the plans for the next few days. I'm sure more will come up. Now we definitely have to figure out what book we're gonna binge next. I kind of want to binge an entire book today. That's what I've been doing over the last couple days, and it's just felt so amazing and makes me feel productive while I'm also getting other things done. So I did binge The Quiet Tenant. I think I'm gonna give this 5 stars. It was very dark, but it was so good and gripping. I did not put this down. I stayed up till 3 in the morning to finish this. The writing was honestly so gorgeous, and it's so funny when you're reading like a super dark book, but the writing is so incredibly gorgeous. And essentially the very vague synopsis, so I don't get anything away, of this book is this is about a killer through one of his victims' eyes. She is the only woman that he hasn't killed and has kept in his basement. He ends up having to move for various reasons, and she ends up moving with him, and you get to kind of watch his life through her eyes, and then you also get to learn about her and her backstory as well. And it's so well written. Like I said, really enjoyed it. Definitely dark and heavy content for sure though, and I would definitely check trigger warnings before picking this up, but I absolutely ate this up. It was so bingeable, and I literally haven't stopped thinking about this story. The other book that I ended up binging was The Housemaid's Secret. I just wanted something quick that I could kind of just put on in the background while I was packing the other night, and so I binged this in one sitting as well. And then I binged the housemaid's wedding, I believe, in like an hour. And honestly, I had a lot of fun with both of those as well. I might be picking up more of her books because I feel like they're perfect for packing and moving. But now I have to figure out, like I said, what book am I going to start with next. I forgot to mention that when I was binging The Quiet Tenant, there was a thunderstorm and it was so gorgeous. Me and my husband spent a little bit of time outside watching the rain and the lightning, and then I was binging The Quiet Tenant, and it was absolutely the most perfect natural ASMR and so good for a book like this. It made it so much more creepy. And then I think for the next book that I'm going to read, I'm torn between Lies and Weddings and Someone in the Attic. Now, I haven't heard the best things about this one, but I still want to give it a shot. And also I have like a skip the line loan for this, so I thought it would be a good one to start on. I might just rotate between the two, honestly, but this one reminded me of the 4th of July, and I forgot to mention it is the 4th, so happy 4th if you celebrate. If not, I hope you're still having a fantastic day. So I just think this would be a good one, and I think I'm gonna go sit outside for a little bit, enjoy the weather. It's kind of like moody today. It's definitely like going from sunny to kind of like gray outside. There's supposed to be a lightning storm later, which I don't know how it's gonna work out with the fireworks, but either way, we're gonna go watch. It's really cool too because we can see the fireworks out from our back porch, so we can just like walk out, watch them for a little bit, and then go inside and just relax. So that's kind of nice. We don't have to go anywhere. I mean, it's fun to go places too for the 4th, but it's also nice to just be chilling on your back patio. So very happy about that. Either way, I think I'm just gonna rotate between the two and maybe read a couple chapters of each and decide which ones I want to go for. But I'm going to bring you back to when I binge The Quiet Tenant, and then I will come back to update you when I've made some progress in one of my first reads. Of course, I had to change the plan. I decided to go with Savor It, and what I love is there's already little things in the book that are connecting to things that are happening currently, and one of the biggest ones is it mentions the 4th of July, and it's literally the 4th of July today. And then the second one is it says early summer in the Pacific Northwest is always my favorite, and it's literally early summer in the Pacific Northwest. So I just think that's really fun to pick this up at exactly this time. But fireworks are literally about to start any second, so I'm gonna go on my back patio and take Savor It with me and just read a little bit more as we're waiting for the fireworks to start. am feeling so many bittersweet emotions right now. I'm actually about to go into one of my favorite restaurants here to say goodbye to the restaurant, but also more importantly, say goodbye to my friend. And I'm so sad. Not that I'll never see her again, but just it's sad when you don't live close to somebody, because sometimes you go a lot longer without seeing somebody than you plan to or want to. So the next thing on the agenda is definitely packing up some of my books. I've packed a few boxes with some read books. I'm just having such a hard time figuring out like how I want to box things and which books I want to box first and which ones I'm going to keep out and have more accessible to me. So it's a mission, it's a task, but we're definitely going to at least pack 1 or 2 boxes right now. But I did want to update you on Someone in the Attic. I have honestly so many thoughts about this one. I did overall enjoy it, but I also understand like both sides of the coin. What I'll say about this, I think it's really good audiobook. If you're gonna read this, definitely go with the audio because there's little like phone noises and things. Also, when I was listening to the audiobook, some of the sounds that I heard on the audiobook, I thought I was hearing in real life, which was kind of eerie. But I will say overall, this book wasn't super creepy. And I do get scared like somewhat easily. However, I was not creeped out like at any point really in the book. I think there was little moments where I was like, ooh, that's kind of getting spooky, and then it just like wouldn't go all out. And I will say I feel like this is more like touching into maybe some thrillery aspects but not going fully in, and I think that may be why some people don't fully enjoy it. I still did, but I definitely was hoping it would go a little bit deeper into some things, but I still did enjoy the story overall. Julia was definitely frustrating at times, and no one believed Luca. Like, Luca was just saying, like, come on, guys, this is happening, and everyone would be like, well, maybe it's this, or no, it couldn't be that, and it just was so frustrating to read because he was telling you what's up, and everyone was just completely ignoring that. And another thing is information would start to get dropped, but then something would cut you off, and so you weren't really getting any pieces of information along the way. I mean, you were in a way. I think the reason why I ended up personally enjoying this overall, other than the few things I brought up, was just I think because I do like stories that are kind of not mundane, because it wasn't really like mundane, but like where it's just kind of drama going on and then there's some secrets and then you uncover those. Even if they aren't particularly thrilling, I can still get behind a story like that. I think I could see maybe the biggest problem being that you're expecting this to be so much more creepy and to kind of give you more thrills than this provided, where I feel like this reminded me, and obviously they have completely different tones and are authors in their own right, and I try not to compare authors, but I feel like Lisa Jewell's kind of older stories where you're kind of just learning these things are going on, there's some sinister things going on behind the scenes, maybe there's like revenge or something, I don't know, but you're more just getting dark secrets and people's drama, and that's kind of what this was giving. And so I do enjoy that type of story, and I also enjoy the other type of story, so I think I'm able to kind of get on board with either or, and that's why I was able to still find enjoyment in this story. But I also do see where this could have gone a little bit deeper, gotten creepier, and all of those things, so hopefully that makes sense. I did, as I said, enjoy this, but I definitely could see why some people might not it might not have given what they were expecting. So that's kind of my thoughts on Someone in the Attic. I don't know exactly what my rating is going to be. I'll have to sit on it, but like I said, I did have a good time. It was a really great audiobook, especially with all the craziness going on. It was something so nice to just like throw on in the background while I'm trying to pack and organize and make to-do lists and all the fun jazz that I have to do over the next few days. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to pick up next, but one of the loans that I have that only has a few days left, and obviously quite a big wait list because this is a newer release and it's definitely a hot commodity, is My Friend. So I think that this is going to be the next book I'm going to pick up. And then I'm also still going to continue reading Savor. Of course, I haven't gotten too much further, so I don't have any specific thoughts to share with you, but let's start packing some books. I think I'm just going to gather a stack, bring it over to my bed, and then just start putting them in some boxes, which is just crazy. Like, the more boxes I pack, the more real this is becoming. And I'm kind of getting a little anxious, I'm not gonna lie. But either way, we're just gonna persevere and keep going. So listen, I forgot to update you on this earlier, but I had a literal spider crawling on my chest the other day, and now I'm scared to touch anything, which is just making packing all the more complicated. So we're being really brave right now and digging through all my stuff, especially my closet. Like, I'm terrified that there's a hidden spider in there, just because I feel like there's ways to get in from the outside, just the way like my closet is designed and like the way it connects. Because one of the things that I won't miss about this apartment is we have a literal like fire box thing that they have to go in and inspect constantly, and I feel like it definitely connects to the outside, and then spiders can crawl in, and they're like big ones, and then they crawl under my dresser, and it's a whole thing. So I'm like super creeped out. But yeah, I had literally one crawling on my chest. At first I thought it was my necklaces because they were bothering me all day, so I kept like moving them, and it made me feel like I had a spider, and I was like, okay, it's not. And then it finally was. And that was really shocking because I didn't expect it at that point because I had checked so many times. And then at the final hour, it ended up being a spider. So that was horrifying. But also, I might pick up another audiobook and throw a third thing into the mix just because I want something very easy to fly through that maybe I can binge most of the book tonight, or maybe finish it up a little bit tomorrow and then work on My Friends. I might not finish My Friends in this vlog, but I'm definitely going to try to, and then also continue working on Savor It. We'll just see. I was thinking about picking up Under Lock and Key by Lana Ferguson, I believe, because that one's just going to be so easy to binge, but we'll see where we're going. I do want to work on like maybe getting a to-do list together over the next couple of days and figure out where we're going from here, update my planner, because I'm very off track. Like, I definitely need to reset absolutely everything. So those are, I think, the next tasks. Now that I've packed a few boxes, and I know my best friend just called me, so I'm going to call her back really quick and then work on my to-do list and just get a few more things ticked off. I do want to try to post this either tomorrow or the day after that, so we'll just see where we land after that. But I feel like I'm getting so much done, and definitely not enough all at the same time. entire bin of books to take to some free little library boxes, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. I swear the last few days, all I've done is pack, and things have progressed so quickly. We're actually leaving in 2 days, which is just wild to me, because a few days ago when I first started this, I had no idea when we were leaving, how everything was going to work out. And then right after I started this, things just kind of started coming together. So we're leaving so soon. Like I said, promise I will give more details as things kind of solidify. We do have so much up in the air still. So I'm just kind of letting things play out naturally and just enjoying the process, even though it's crazy. When I tell you I've been staying up till like 5, 6 in the morning, getting like 2 hours of sleep and going right back to packing, like that's how insane things have been. But I'm also just so excited for this next chapter in my life. I love a new beginning, even though it's so scary and sometimes completely chaotic. I'm really excited for it. But I did want to update you on a couple books because I need to throw them in the box, and until I update you, I'm not going to. And then I'm also, I think, going to just do my July TBR, and then we'll just kind of end this here and start a new one because we're going to be leaving. We're going to be packing the U-Haul and we're going to be heading out. So I definitely want to take you on that journey. So I'll definitely start a new video after this one, and I might even do my July TBR in that one. We'll just see where we are after tonight because things have just been, like I said, so crazy, and we're literally leaving in 2 days. But the 2 books that I ended up binging is House of Glass. This was such a good audiobook. This was exactly what I needed while I packed. So good. And then the other book I ended up picking up spontaneously is The Other Mothers. I wanted to read My Friends in this video, but the thing is that I want to annotate it and I want to take my time with it. And I think while I'm packing, it's just not a smart idea to binge something like that and not fully appreciate it for what it is. So I think I'm going to stick to like a lot of thrillers over the next few days because that's kind of just hitting the spot. I haven't even really wanted to listen to romance because I have had a few audiobooks on romance. What? That doesn't make can you tell how little sleep I've had? I have a few summer romances that I really wanted to listen to. However, I'm going to wait on all of that because we're going to be near the beach and we're going to be going on so many fun adventures, and I'll bring those along with me for that. But I think packing, I'm truly just going to stick to thrillers because I'm having the best time with it. So that's kind of everything. Like, I'm just going to keep packing. I'm going to take these to the free little library boxes, obviously take you with me for that. And then I'm just going to keep packing tonight, and I'm just trying to decide if I want to do my July TBR. I'll have to think about that. But if you don't hear from me again, I'll definitely see you in the next one, which I will start very, very soon in the next couple of days because, like I said, we're going to be loading that U-Haul and rolling out, which is so sad. Like, I definitely am going to try to go maybe tomorrow and visit a couple of my favorite places. I kind of already did that over the last couple of days, but there's just definitely more places that I would love to see. So on to the next adventure.
Simply free.
I did pick up 3 books. This is the first one. I just thought it looked so cool. I love unique, like, weird covers like this. I can't even explain it. It just kind of reminds me of me and my friend. We used to go to this really, like, weird bookstore in Utah in, like, the middle of the mall and just find the most random, like, hidden gems, weird books, and it was so fun, and we would, like, exchange books, and I just miss those times, so this really reminds me of that. And then I also picked up these 2 from the series. Actually, that same bookstore I was talking about, I found these books, and my friend said they're actually so fun. And so I started collecting them, and I just think these look so fun, and I'm so excited. So yeah, we did replace 3 books, but we unhauled a whole bin, so I'm feeling pretty good. Literally my favorite day. I found Summerween at Ross. I'm not even gonna go to TJ Maxx. Trust me, I know it's there, but I've been avoiding it like the plague because we're moving and I'm gonna just have to store everything in storage for a little bit anyways. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. And also I'm just gonna want so many things. So I'm staying away, avoiding all temptation. But I did find this little snow globe that I'm obsessed with. I couldn't resist. It was only $12.99 too. It's so gorgeous, and I cannot wait to eventually put it on my bookshelf. And then I also ended up getting a cup, and I don't have any cups like this. I see everyone has a cup like this, and I drink so much iced coffee that I make at home that I thought this would be perfect, and it's just such a cute glass. I might even take this with me if I can store it well, so hopefully it doesn't break. So I'm gonna need cups with me when I'm moving, so I don't really know, but that's kind of risky, so I might just pop it into storage. And then I did a little Friday night reading in the park, which was so nice. It was such a gorgeous afternoon. I thought it was going to be so much hotter than it was, but it was actually kind of chilly, which was surprising. So I did start the last one at the wedding. I'm only on page 14. Like I said, I've just been in a thriller mystery mood, so I'm just trying to go with the flow because I don't want to get into like a reading slump where I end up just not reading anything because I'm trying to read things that I want to read. Like I said, I really want to get to my friends, and it's not that I don't think it's going to be phenomenal. It's more just like I want to annotate it, take my time with it, and I think it's going to be a book that I'm going to bring with me when I move so I can just spend a little bit more time enjoying it. I might pick up Savor It and maybe finish that. I don't really know because I have been wanting to sit down and annotate a book, but I'm like, when does your girl have some time? Even just like going to the park for a bit, I was like, Okay, we got to get back to packing, but either way, it was totally worth it. I needed it. I've been so cooped up in the house and it's been driving me crazy. It's definitely not been good for the mental. So I'm glad that I went to the park and just enjoyed the outdoors and had such a gorgeous evening outside. And I'm ready to take off. I'm sad that we got the week extension, but I'm also kind of happy about it because it takes a little bit of pressure off. And then we can visit all the places that we want to visit throughout the town and say our goodbyes a little bit more. We already kind of did that yesterday. We went to one of our favorite spots by the water, and we're definitely going to maybe go to the falls and just do a few of our other favorite things around town. We actually did end up getting my favorite smoothie from my favorite smoothie place earlier, and then we have a couple coffee shops we want to stop by before we head out. So we got things to do. So I'm actually kind of glad we do have a few days, but I actually have to drive up to where we're moving just for some like job stuff and see where that goes. So it's gonna be a busy week, but I'm so excited. I'm ready to just move on to the next chapter. It's been a ride, but I'm excited. And honestly, I feel like having some good books to binge makes it all the better. I'm hoping that I enjoy this. I actually haven't really heard anybody talk about it, so it's kind of nice to go in fresh. So I'm gonna go back inside, dive into this book, start packing a little bit more, and maybe display this for a day before I already have to pack it up. I might even have to bring this guy with me. Is that crazy? It might be. I might do it though. We'll just see. Maddie in the Forest, honestly, nothing feels more like home. I feel like I haven't done a clip in the forest in so long, and I'm so happy to be here. I have so much to update you on. This move was one of the craziest moves that I have ever experienced for multiple reasons, but I'm officially out. We actually thought we were going to be out yesterday afternoon and left at 6 a.m. and I haven't gone to bed. So this should be an interesting day. We're in the middle of traveling right now. We're going to go stay with my grandma for a couple days and visit with her. So I'm excited about that. And then I might see a friend that I haven't seen in a few years, but I did want to quickly just like end out everything and start fresh, and also update you on what I have finished, because I was just kind of binging audiobooks as I was packing. I would have updated more, but like I said, this move had one obstacle after the other, and we were just like, we just need to tackle this, face this head on, stay positive, and get out of Dodge. So that's exactly what we did. But I did finish the last one at the wedding. I think some of the representation for a couple characters didn't quite sit right with me, but overall I think it was like a good audiobook to listen to while I was packing and everything. And then I also read Like Mother Like Daughter, and then I did pick back up summer reading. I actually started it a couple summers ago and didn't finish it. I was really enjoying it. What I love about it is there's a lot of dyslexia representation, and the book itself is written in a more friendly font for dyslexia, so I thought that was really cool because I've never seen that, and so I was really enjoying it for that aspect. I'm over halfway through, so not quite finished, but I'll definitely be finishing it in the next vlog, and I will share more detailed thoughts about that later. But I did want to just update you on everything, end this out because this has dragged on for so long and I need to get back to business, and then I will start a new vlog and just see where life takes me at this point. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one soon. Bye.